Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play LSD. I'm your host CPC Gamer, and in our last episode, I got a new square. See, look at it! Hey little guy! Maybe we can have some more of you today, wouldn't that be great? I reckon it would be. Why am I sat here talking to a blinking red square? Well, possibly because it's better than listening to this grating mess of a soundtrack. Alright, what do we have? Whoa! Hey! Hi, how's it going? I kinda didn't expect you to be there, guy. I'm out of options for running now, aren't I? Yeah. Yes, I am. Okay, see if we can re-roll and score something less nightmarish. And yes, I do declare the Skybridge will do. Although I am a little bit creeped out by how there's no footfall sound effects on this thing. Or are there? I can't tell if there's a footfall sound effect or a pulsing sound as part of the game's soundtrack. Oh hey! I've seen that face before, but it's part of the India map. Like, it's usually part of the floor and it has great big racist lips. So at the other end. Probably the same face. I'm pretty sure it's scripted to be the same thing at either it... Yeah, there it is. Looks a bit weird with the sun halo around it. Not being round and all. What is up with this music? Am I in India again? I am. I think that's going to be the subtitle of this Rook of videos. What's up with this music? Oh wait, I'm in India. Might be the recurring theme instead of me throwing myself down pits, always heading for the toilet or whatever. And I see no reason not to do a lap of the courtyard. Maybe something good will happen. What do you say, Ellie? That is not a very flattering angle. You look kinda like a big jumbly mess. Anyway, my hypothesis is that if I try stuff that seems inane, but it has some grain of reasoning behind it, it might lead to something. More things in the world, more static or dynamic on the dream chart, all sorts of that mess. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say no, because new things in this game seem to appear based on days played, rather than actions taken, but it's an interesting thought experiment. Regardless, I'm off to the flesh tunnels. Oh, goodness. Hello, fish thing, what are you? And eyes and such. That's new. You gonna do anything, fish guy? Hopefully. Oh, you're gonna make me Link, apparently. I can go for that. I can't go for that. See you later, creepy Dan. You still there? You're still there. Okay. Now I want to try an experiment again. I want to see if I can get this thing to do its vertical scaling thing. And if it does, I want to see what happens to old Greycoat over there. If I had to guess, he'd grow in height too, because I'm sure the game considers him to be an actor just like the buildings. Although that's probably not going to happen, so I'm going to go and nag the Moai heads. Man, wouldn't it be creepy if these guys sprung to life and actually did something? It would to me. I know I've mentioned before how stuff behaving outside of its usual behavioral boundaries scares me in games. You know anything, Big Ben? I guess not. So people usually call that thing Big Ben, but they are wrong. It's actually called the Great Westminster Clock. And yes, that is the British way of saying, actually Frankenstein was the doctor, the monster was called Adam. But if you don't think that unearthing cadavers and stitching them together is monstrous, you and I need to have words. Friggin', like, big and long vocabulary words. Is everything in here inert? You know, if this game didn't get a market release, I just assumed that it was an unreleased alpha or something else. Like something weird and Japanese. And where did the grey man go? And do you know what? If the grey man has vanished, I think I'm going to keep exploring. I think I'll go take a look at Tower Bridge, because, you know, why not? Gotta do something. Okay, you see how the floor is sort of clipping through the boat on and off? I wonder what kind of screwy game mechanic causes that to happen. From the sounds of it, we're back in India. Or we could be back at the cottage. This also works. I'm going to head to the roof, show something I noticed with the spaceman when I was tinkering with the internal game files. It's pretty interesting, and it's only one of those things that you sort of come across when you take the game apart. Am I waking up? I'm waking up. Okay. I like how the sounds faded out, but the music didn't. Has it always done that, and I'm only just now noticing? Sure hope not, because we're 119 days in, and it does not look good for me and my operational skills. What do you got for me, day 119 plus... Well, okay, you had one job, MS Paint guy, and you screwed it up. Take it away, Magic Crayon. And we're back in the room. So I can appreciate it's hard to beta test something like this, especially since I'm sure the entire staff of this game is one insane Japanese woman, but you'd think they'd spot a really basic texture error like that, right? What do you got for me next? Game, it's more text, how wonderful. So, 2 points of note. First, I seem to recall several times now this game has thrown 2 text streams in a row at me. And secondly, I think I know what that one said, because I read the book recently. I think that was a dream about putting lipstick on a pair of disembodied lips. And if it is, I wonder why they put that one in the game as a text stream, because the lips do show up in the game. Alright, let's give this a go. Oh. Hello there, big head. You've locked my controls, so I can't check if you're outside the building. What a disappointing payoff. Oh, and now I'm back here. How wonderful. I'm gonna go see if that sailor's still there. Oh, he is. What the hell is that? Game? You dead, game? Oh no, there we go. This is weird. It's like I had a nightmare, did some sleepwalking throughout said, and now I'm outside having woken up again. Even though technically I'm still asleep. You know, if you go by the internal game logic. I don't think there's anything outside, so I'm gonna head back in. See if I can spawn Big Head, but actually get away this time. Whoa. That was trippy. And so are you. I think I've accidentally stretched the door when I snagged on it. Hopefully, everything is okay upstairs, though. Although, you know, now I come to think about it, I wonder if each of the links represents waking up and going back to sleep. Or going through the REM cycle, at the very least. It would make some kind of sense, because when I dream, I don't link to a new world whenever I touch stuff. I mean, nothing good happens when I dream of telephones, as an aside, but that's an entirely different aside, and that's about it. And do I feel like explaining the statement about telephones? Not right now, I don't. No. Maybe later. I don't like how that person stops breathing when you approach. It's almost like we're a monster and they're scared. Good job hiding under the covers makes you immune to monsters, 'cause that's how biology works. I'm gonna go and try linking with that boat again. I forget where it sent me last time, but if it sends me to the same place today, I will probably remember. Or not. Oh, there you go. Oh, and that's some Kyoto music right there. I don't know where the boat took me last time, but I do know it wasn't here. Maybe I should have started doing something to improve my memory instead of my spoken language skills. How about that? And you know what? This is a very boring-looking Kyoto. I wonder if this is because we had two text streams back-to-back. It sort of, you know, drawn the random number generator back in line, stopped it being quite so screwy as before. And I'm going to show this off because I don't think I did last time. Or not. It's weird. That guy is meant to have a something written on his face. Which is a moot point, because he's gone now. Oh, weird. I would not associate this music with being outside. Of course, with that said, I've not been outside for quite some time. By which I mean in-game and in the real world. Alright, so that thing's Toy Town, but I don't want to go there right now. So I'm going to go ahead and wander around. To where, I don't know, but wandering around shall occur. Hey birds, how's it going? You know, for part of an interview once, I was asked what superpower I would have out of any in the world. I picked flight, because as far as things go, flight's a pretty good one. Plus it would make getting to America easier. The interviewer says that's a good pick, but he'd have telekinesis, because he'd be able to fly by means of picking himself up, so he gets a twofer. And then the interview wandered off into talking about Jean Grey and the X-Men in general, and do you know what? With all said, that was a pretty neat interview. Anything down here? No. Well, not now, anyways, but come on, look at it. That is prime space for hiding something. What is with this music? Oh, it's Kyoto. Seriously? Well, I will say this. The game is throwing plain and samey graphics at me and waking me up with no new blocks. They're not new, but it is throwing new music patterns at me, so at the very least it's got that going for it, and I've got that going for me with this particular run. Okay, we're just over 13 minutes in, so I might regret pushing this button to go again, but let's go anyway. I do know this music's the pagoda. And so it was. With a bit of glitched out space at the end. You know, something I've noticed I do a lot, and I've noticed it since I started these videos. I've tried to correct it but failed entirely. I use a lot of superfluous words. But, you know, that is my mode of speech. That's how I am. And I guess the Dragon Man thing isn't coming. So I'm going to head into the wall, go somewhere new. It'll be interesting to see how long we start getting, non-standard tile sets. Because the last stream was all about the standard stuff. And I was going to say, I thought it was in that same alcove I wound up in last night, but I guess not. It's Violence District time, I think. So let's go. It's very weird. I often feel better about approaching the Violence District of my own volition, because this way it's like I'm in control, you know? Although the silence isn't good. That's one of the things that worries me. Hi? Okay! I changed my mind about coming here, making me less worried. That was kind of horrifying. You are not helping. Especially not phasing out of existence like that. Okay. I'm safe. For now. I think. You hear that music in the background? the high-pitched triangle wave that I'm currently being a jerk and speaking over. I'm pretty sure that's a musical sting that's meant to play in Kyoto. Well, okay, nothing's down there, so I'm going to head back into the tunnels again. And I have only just noticed that the entrance to the tunnels is asymmetrical. F minus minus, see me. And what the heck is this music about? I suppose it's a kind of a fitting thing. It's got sort of an oriental feel going on. Like, we're in a sumo ring, it's oriental, that's actually all I have right about now. Actually, no, I wonder, does anything spawn down this tunnel? No, it does not. But I'm going to link with this wall anyway. To a place with some weird music. Again, keeping up the theme of same tiles, new music. Or maybe not, because I can't say that I've been the most observant for the past 36 episodes, and, you know, maybe I'm only just now beginning to focus on things. I'm going to see if the game will let me show this off. There's a city hidden under this particular lake, and all the sites online suggest that this is the Violence District. It would explain why the Violence District is always blue haze, and why there's towering structures overhead that you can never reach. And apparently why looking at it sends you to the Violence District. Oh hey. So the depressing thing is, looking at that model, I think I'm just going to link so I don't have to be here anymore. Looking at that model, I know they didn't make a reflective surface. They just mirrored the model, put a water tile in the middle. That's usually how they do mirrors in video games, because if they did actual mirrors, and you could find a way of putting two reflective surfaces next to each other, the game kinda freaks out and dies. And I'm seeing dead pixels in the sky again. A sure sign that I should go outside. Or that this is all aliens! And I'm sorry, I haven't taken that tack in a while. I figured I'd give it a shot in this episode somehow. You know, gotta cover all your bases, you know? Okay, let's head upstairs and see what's there. Try to tie it into being about aliens, apparently. Or waking up, apparently. I'm not going to push my luck with this one. I'm going to call it a video. So join us next time for more LSD. And until next time, goodbye.